Okay. My first name, I'm not going to use my real name because I feel that would make me a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm just going to use a little bit of an alias. My name is Stormy.
Just a quick pro tip. Usually, if people that I know use an alias, they don't say that they're using an alias. Adopt it as your own name, your real name. Otherwise, people will try to find your real name, knowing that that's not it. Anyway, we'll continue.
And I live in Arkansas, and basically just what I wanted to say is that, so basically I saw your video about Catholicism the other day, and the thing is, with that, I felt like you got some of the things wrong, but it's understandable because, and I'm not saying that Catholicism isn't a cult, it definitely is, I was just in it. There's a lot more information control than you actually might think. It's just that you can't really tell unless you have been in the religion. So that's about it.
I appreciate that. And that's actually a good point. Sometimes you don't know unless you're on the inside. And that is why I talk to people about these groups, or I try to, before I actually talk about them on my channel. If I can't talk to people directly about it, then if I can't find somebody who's a member or something like that, like Heaven's Gate, for example, then I will try to find testimonials from people who have been on the inside and have talked about what it was like. For the Catholicism video specifically, I did talk to somebody who was on the inside, who grew up on the inside, but having grown up on the inside and then left, some of the information they gave might have been outdated. The information that I have about Jehovah's Witnesses is outdated. I left in like 2008 or 2009 or something like that, and it's changed a lot since then. Now, I try to keep up with information about the Jehovah's Witnesses, but it still gets outdated. I still lose touch on a lot of the cultural things. Their culture changes year to year. And it's the same with Catholicism. Another problem you'll run into with Catholicism is the fact that it differs even just a little bit from church to church. So the information that I get from one person may not be the same as the information I get from another person. I try to find common information. So if I went a little bit light on some of the stuff like information control, the reason that I went so light on it is because I wanted to be super extra generous with my assessments. If I'm generous with the assessments and it still turns out to be a cult, then I feel comfortable calling it a cult one way or another. If I'm too specific and it doesn't really apply across the board, then I don't feel right about calling it a cult necessarily. As it stands, I was willing to reach out and call it a cult, even being as generous as I was.